Hey YouTubers, Grimmy here, and this is the video review for the Transformers Generations Trailcutter and Hoist figures. It's been a long time coming, but I'm finally getting to these two. And given that Trailcutter was a Wave 1 figure for the IDW series, this has been a long wait. Especially since Hoist was also a Wave 2. So, sorry about the wait. But yeah, they're here. They're repaints of each other. Big surprise. Trailbreaker and Hoist and G1 were repaints of each other, so it makes sense. But the first thing we're going to look at, of course, would be the included comic books. Which, as you can see, have some real nice cover arts featuring the characters that they're for. And what's nice about these two, the stories are about them. They're both taken from the More Than Meets the Eye series, and each one has their own story about the character they came with. So it's a nice refreshment compared to later issues, which had practically nothing to do with the character they included. So, you know, that's pretty good. Artwork's always good. I like it. But on to the figures themselves. As you can see, they take the form of these armored pickup trucks. Now, Hoist has his little tow cable, or tow hook, which is nice. So he's a little tow truck. While Trailcutter has his little cover on the back, which is pretty classic G1 looking. Sorry about the camera angle. But yeah, works pretty nicely. Nice Autobot symbol tempoed on the hood, which is reminiscent of G1, and it's on both of them. The deco on these guys is actually pretty nice. Unfortunately, Trailcutter doesn't have any paint on his hubcaps, which is a downer. But he does have those nice red and yellow stripes on his doors. Nice little mark, like a nod to the G1 toy. Got some grille and headlight paint, but no tail light, unfortunately. But I do believe he and Hoist got some repro labels, so you can probably add all the details you need with those. Hoist here has some more paint apps. You got some painted hubcaps, yay, which is good. The headlights are painted, and part of the grille is actually painted black, which is nice. You got the stripes on the side, which carry over to the weapon, or the hook, I'm sorry. And no taillights. Unfortunate, but true. Still, it's a very nice looking truck mode, and I do like it on both of them. For a quick comparison, let's bring in the G1 Hoist. I regretfully do not have a G1 Trailbreaker, but yeah, as you can see, this new Hoist is a nice update to the G1. Although the G1 had a different type of tow equipment, using a wheeled platform instead of a hook. Still, it's a nice little update. And they do make third-party kits that will closer replicate the look of the G1 toy. Actually, they do that for both Trailcutter and Hoist. But, yeah. I think it's about time we got these guys into robot mode and see how they look in that form. And now that we got Trailcutter and Hoist in their robot modes, you can see that they look pretty good together. There are enough differences between them to tell them apart, and it's more than just the base color. As you can also see, they have individual head sculpts, which really does help separate the two. Trailcutter has a visible mount, which is a nice looking face, although I wish they went with the red eyes that he has on the comics. Although the blue is a nice G1 cartoon homage, so I'm cool with it. And Hoist is actually done pretty well. It's hard to tell, but he does have the yellow eyes. They're starting to come in a little bit. But, you know, his light pipes, but the point where the light comes in is kind of small and can be blocked by the thing on his back, which is unfortunate. Trailcutter's the same way. Has light piping, but it's easily blocked. Now, for articulation, obviously they are the same since they share the same mold. Left and right movement at the head, ball jointed shoulders, bicep swivel, hinged elbows. No real articulation at the wrists. They have a waist joint, always good. Ball jointed hips, thigh swivel, knee bend, and a little toe articulation. So you can actually get some nice walking poses with these guys, which is really cool. Now the accessories for Trailcutter, he comes with this nice little shield made from the canopy from his truck mode. It has two blasters on the front, and if you don't want to use it as a shield, you can flip down the force field generator, flip down this transformation panel, and use that peg to pop it onto his back, which gives him a more classic G1 look with the two missile launchers coming out. The two guns coming off his back, which is a nice touch, always. Hoist accessory is a little more basic. The hook actually folds into a handgun. You know, that's pretty basic. You can store it on his back, much like Trailcutter. Fits right in that same peg. And yeah, it's nice and snug. Doesn't really have any effect on his overall silhouette. Now, if you like them big and bulky, these guys will not disappoint. They got a nice bit of chunk to them. Blocky arms, legs. You know, the torso's nice and buff. So they're not going to disappoint on fans of like the big blocky robots. In all honesty, you know, Trailcutter is one of the original 18 Autobots from the Mortal Meets the Eye cartoon series, and Hoist was a fairly prominent character in season 2. So having both of these guys is going to be a very big boon to a classics collection. So I do highly recommend them if you can still find them. You could always check online at places like Big Bad Toy Store or eBay or TF Source. But if you do get a chance to get a hold of them, go for it because they are worthwhile. Anyway, I do hope you have enjoyed... Oh, before I forget, we should do a comparison with the G1 version of the toy. Sorry, my mistake. But yeah, you got a nice, nice transition from old to new here. The proportions are better on the newer versions. And he doesn't look like he's got a big belly. So yeah, I mean, these guys have buffed out quite a bit. Looks like they hit the cyber gym. Well, anyway, I do hope you have enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys next time. So, take care, have fun, and so long.